Hi everybody, welcome to the IELTS Breakthrough YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to this channel so that you get all of the tips and strategies that will help you to improve your IELTS score. We offer coaching and advice for the academic version, the general training and life skills. Now, in this video, I want to talk about how to grow your vocabulary. In fact, keep watching to the end and get a whole system for growing your vocabulary for IELTS. I recently uploaded a video that explains why people don't get a high score in IELTS. And one of the causes of this is vocabulary. Whether you like it or not, it's a fact that if you want to get a high score in IELTS, you need to have a flexible range of vocabulary. This applies to all types of IELTS tests and all sections of it, the reading, listening, speaking and writing. In this video, I'm going to show you a system that you can apply that you can use to grow your vocabulary. So let's get into it now. I call this system Eddie Can't Understand Russian. Eddie Can't Understand Russian refers to the 5 steps of growing your vocabulary. These are the 5 steps: expose, collect, understand, remember, use. Let me explain these step by step. Now, expose simply means that you need to expose yourself to vocabulary. Here, the point is that you should search out vocabulary in English that you have not encountered before. Basically, this is quite easy because the internet is our friend here, and there's all sorts of social media content in English, videos and social media posts, everything you can think of. I'm a bit old-fashioned. I actually suggest reading as the best way to expose yourself to English, and my recommendation is to start up a regular practice of reading an English language book or magazine on a topic that you are interested in. And then as you read and you encounter new vocabulary words, then you can identify them and add them to your vocabulary list. That's step 1. Start exposing yourself to as much new vocabulary as possible. Now, step 2 is capture. There is no point encountering new vocabulary and then not doing anything with those words that you meet. You need to capture the new vocabulary. So what this means is getting a vocabulary notebook ready. Once again, I'm pretty old-fashioned and I would suggest having a standard notebook. Just go to the shop and buy a fresh, clean notebook where you can write down all your English vocabulary. However, of course, there are lots of note-taking applications and you might want to do it digitally. We have Evernote, Microsoft's OneNote are 2 that come to mind. Notion is another one. You probably know and use a note-taking application anyway. So if you want to take the digital route, then that's okay too. The important thing is that you are capturing all of the new vocabulary that you encounter. So, you are reading in English and searching out new vocabulary, and then you are writing the words in your notebook. Now, step number 3 is to understand the vocabulary. Of course, this is new vocabulary, so you will need to look it up in a dictionary. Don't worry about that. It only takes a few seconds to look up new words in the dictionary, doesn't it? You'll probably want to start with Google Translate, and that's fine. But if you use Google Translate, just remember that it can be a little bit unreliable. So as well as using Google Translate, I do suggest that you go to something like Macmillan English Dictionary, an online dictionary, and double check what the word or the idiom actually means. Step number 4 is to remember the vocabulary. It's all very well writing vocabulary down, making sure you understand it, but let's face it, you are going to forget this vocabulary, especially if it is new and maybe a little bit different to the vocabulary that you already know. Therefore, take the effort and energy to remember vocabulary. The best way to remember new vocabulary is to repeat, repeat, repeat. That is, go through your vocabulary list regularly and test yourself on what the word is, how to say it, and of course what it means. Now, digital flashcards can help you here. So as well as having your notebook, it's a good idea that you open an account in a digital flashcard service and put your words into flashcards. Again, there are lots of apps available that will help you do this. Once you've got your digital flashcards going, make sure that you review your vocabulary list on a regular basis. As you test yourself regularly, you'll suddenly notice that you are remembering all of those new items that you are building up and capturing. The other thing is, if you do this regularly, it should only take a few minutes. Try to allocate 2 or 3 times a week when you spend something like 5 to 10 minutes reviewing your vocabulary list and testing yourself using digital flashcards. One other way to remember vocabulary is to visualize the vocabulary items. Visualization is a common strategy with memory training, where they teach you to make a little picture that connects the word. So rather than try to remember the word, you see the picture and then the picture triggers the word. I won't go into details here, but if you want to learn more about visualization and memory strategies, then you can look into that yourself. Okay, so there's one more step, and the last step in this growing your vocabulary system is to just use the new vocabulary that you are learning. You'll be surprised at how many opportunities there are to use English. If you are working, then maybe you are making presentations in English, or writing emails, or attending online meetings and that kind of thing. All of your work activities might offer opportunities for you to use your vocabulary. If you have your vocabulary notebook ready, and you're writing an email or something, then you can go through that list and you might see an opportunity where you can just use some of those vocabulary items in your everyday work. Keep an eye out for this. Obviously, the more you use it, the easier it's going to be to get that vocabulary in your head. If you're a student and you're doing assignments or, again, presentations, this is another opportunity where you might be able to include some of your new vocabulary. If you really don't think that there is any chance of you able to use the new vocabulary in your daily activities, here's a little trick that you can do. And the trick is simply to make a video of yourself. Pull out your mobile phone like this, sit in front of it and just tell the camera what the vocabulary you have learned this week is. Make sure you record it. In that way, your brain knows that actually you are using the vocabulary. And then once you have that video recorded, it's completely up to you. You can keep it secret, you can send it to someone you trust, or you can go all out and post it on social media and see what other people think. That's up to you to decide. That is the system for growing your vocabulary. Remember, Eric can't understand Russian. Expose, capture, understand, remember, and use. If you follow this system, then you're going to make many positive steps in growing your vocabulary. Even if your test is just a few days away, this system will work for you. If you have any questions about the system, please let me know in the comments. What would you like to know more about how to grow your vocabulary? And remember that it is really important. Vocabulary is a cornerstone of getting a high score in IELTS. So I really do suggest that you try this out. If you found this video useful, please give a comment below and remember to subscribe to the channel. If you hit the like button and the notification bell, then you'll get notifications of when I put up a new video. All of my videos are designed to help you improve your score in IELTS, and it's all completely free. It just takes a little click from you. So why not do it now? Thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, week, or whatever it is you're up to.